Welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to talk about the legendary Witch Doctor's Wolf Bones for Enhancement Shaman. And this is my review on it and what I think about it. Now, if you don't know what it does, it goes on your shoulder or a ring, and it increases the chance to gain a stack of Maelstrom weapon by 3%, and whenever you gain a stack of Maelstrom weapon, the cooldown of Feral Spirits is reduced by 2 seconds. Now, I believe it pairs well with Elemental Spirits, because that also reduces it down to, 1.5 minutes. When you do use it, all the Maelstrom that they generate themselves, just one every 3 seconds or so, and one initially when you click the button, that also helps with the cooldown reduction. Surprisingly, the 3% is quite a lot. The whole time I use it, I have a plethora of Maelstrom to use. And if you do decide to use it, you have to gauge whether or not you want to keep Crash Lightning into Storm Strikes and Lava Lashes for the Crash Lightning splash damage, or did you want to use it on a spender? And that really just depends on, I suppose it would be possibly your mastery or whatnot, but I did find that the whole time I was using it, I had way too much Maelstrom at all times, pretty much. And I did usually get the cooldown to about 30 seconds for the most part, sometimes 15 seconds, sometimes twice in a fight, depending on how much Maelstrom you do. But the Maelstrom is quite plenty to where if you did decide to run, I run Elemental Assault. In this build here in this video, I'm running Lashing Flames, Hot Hand, Elemental Assault, and Sundering. And I run Elemental Assault for the Maelstrom generation to help every time we use it, to help reduce the cooldown of the wolves or whatnot. But you could use Hailstorm with the Conduit, that it will, if you use Frost Shock, it has a chance to generate 2 stacks of Maelstrom. But that 3% that you get off the legendary seems to really, the generation is quite huge now. And even while using it on this dungeon run and the next one I can show you, is most of my damage came from Lightning Bolt, because the generation is so huge that I tend to click my spenders a lot more, and the damage is more than a Storm Strike on single target to begin with. So I've been using, so you could play around with that just to see that you have so much Maelstrom that you're gonna use it on spenders anyway. Now everyone's running the Doom Winds, but I feel like that kind of pigeonholes you into only using the Wind Fury Conduit and the Forceful Winds, which you're probably going to run Storm Flurry and Elemental Assault with that, and probably Ascendance, and you can use it every once a minute. But if you run Wolf Bones and Elemental Spirits, I believe you have a little more options in play style and how you want to play, because the Elemental Wolf increases Storm Strike damage and Wind Fury damage, and the Fire Wolf, it increases your fire damage by 20% and your Lava Lash, 35% of the Lava Lash damage becomes a dot for a little bit of time. And if and the Ice Wolf, all your melee hits tend to have ice damage attached to it that does 500 to 600 damage. So it actually works with any amount of stats you choose. It works with haste. Ice Edge works with haste. Mastery works with the fire one and crit. Same as the Lightning Wolf works with crit and haste. So I believe there's a little more, a few better options there to have to be a little bit different in the talent section than just running when you run Doom Winds compared to that. So in this run here, I am running, like I said, Lashing Flames, Hot Hand, Elemental Assault, and Sundering, which you only get 2 wolves when you use your wolves anyway, and it can be a It can be a combination of any two of them.
In volatile markets,
It can be a combination of any two of them. So I tried to run like a fire shaman, see how I liked it, and it did pretty good. But again, lava lash only was like 15%, no, like 10% of my damage even running hot hand. But flame shock, of course, was around the 15%, up there with lightning bolts around 17% of the damage and stuff. And then the storm strike. So I'm not sure if hot hand is really worth it. Even running the conduit that increases the critical strike chance when you flame shock, have flame shock on the target. And then in this run here, I actually am running the Forceful Winds with the Wind Fury conduit, but with Elemental Assault, Storm Flurry, Sundering, and Elemental Spirits, just to see the damage difference. And again, Lightning Bolt was number 1, followed by Storm Strike. Flame Shocks is half the damage now because of that. I didn't take the talent, and actually Wind Fury wasn't really up there at all. Didn't really make a difference for some reason, even though before when I ran that setup without the legendary, it seemed to do a lot more damage. Could be from Ascendance or whatnot. So there's a lot more flexibility in how you want to play. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you got it and what you think about it, what talents you chose, what your rotation is. I can come out of the video about what I think the best rotation and to use it, and what's the best priority for buttons. But it really depends. It actually depends on your Covenant and your Conduits. It's very, very different now to what's priority depending on your stats, Conduit, Covenant, Soulbind. So give this video a thumbs up if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified every time I make one of these videos. Post down in the comments what you think about this legendary, what your favorite legendary is if you got one. I'll see you in the next one.